Good evening, football fans. Big Al here on this Monday, November 18th, 2024, and welcome to the latest college football rankings from both the Associated Press and the AFCA Coaches Poll entering Week 13 of the 2024 season. Now, if you're looking for the college football playoff rankings, they will not be released until tomorrow, and I will have them for you on the channel Thursday when I make my NFL picks. So make sure you join me Thursday for those CFP rankings. But for now, let's take a look at the latest Associated Press poll going into Week 13. And we'll start with the top 5 where there is no change among those teams. The Oregon Ducks remain number 1 at 11-0 and 1,530 points plus 62 first place votes. They won a tight game at Wisconsin on Saturday, 16-13, and they are off this week. Staying in the Big Ten, the Ohio State Buckeyes remain at number 2, 9-1 record, 1,485 points. They defeated Northwestern at Wrigley Field on Saturday, 31-7, and they have a big game coming up with undefeated Indiana, who is among the top 5. I'll tell you where in just a moment. The Texas Longhorns stay at number 3, 9-1 record, 1,413 points. They played a sloppy game against Arkansas, but won 20-10. This week they'll host Kentucky. Penn State is at number 4, 9-1 record, 1,319 points. They smashed Purdue 49-10, and this week they visit Minnesota. And the aforementioned Indiana Hoosiers remain number 5, 10-0 record, 1,310 points. They were off last week, but they're back at it on Saturday when they visit number 2 Ohio State. Up 2 spots to number 6 are the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. 9-1 record, 1,191 points. They won easily over Virginia 35-14, and this week they'll host Army. And I'll tell you where they landed in just a bit. Also moving up 2 spots to number 7, the Alabama Crimson Tide. 8-2 record, 1,130 points. Won easily in a non-conference game against Mercer 52-7, and this week they will travel to Norman to face the Oklahoma Sooners. Hey, it's Check MP. What's up, homie? Up 3 spots to number 8 are the Georgia Bulldogs. 8-2 record, 1,113 points. They defeated Tennessee 31-17. The Vols entering that game were ranked number 6, but they are lower this week. I'll tell you where in a sec. They have a non-conference game against Massachusetts. Number 9 is another ACC team, up 1 spot from last week. That's the Ole Miss Running Rebels. 8-2 record, 1,083 points. They were off last week, but they're back at it in the swamp against Florida. The Tennessee Vols fell 4 spots to number 10, 8-2 record, 953 points, losing at number 11 Georgia, or then number 11 Georgia, 31-17. They will host UTEP in a non-conference game. The Miami Hurricanes are up a spot to number 11, 9-1 record, 945 points. Off last week, they're back at it against Wake Forest down at Hard Rock Stadium this week. Boise State is also up a spot to number 12, 9-1 record, 880 points, winning on the road at San Jose State 42-21, and this week their road trip continues at Wyoming. Also up a spot to number 13, you've got the SMU Mustangs, 9-1 record, 810 points. They defeated Boston College in a high-scoring game, 38-28, and this week they are at Virginia. The biggest drop this week in the AP is BYU. The Cougars fell 7 spots to number 14. 9-1 record, 785 points. They lost at home to Kansas on Saturday night, 17-13. And they have a tough test on the road with Arizona State, who is ranked. So we'll see where they are shortly. Holding steady at number 15, you've got the Texas A&M Aggies, 8-2 record, 687 points. They blew out New Mexico State 38-3. They're back into SEC play this week as they visit Auburn. Moving up 2 spots to number 16, Coach Prime's Colorado Buffaloes, 8-2 record, 583 points. They defeated Utah easily, 49-24, and now they'll face a Kansas team that just upset BYU this past week. No change at number 17 with Clemson Tigers, 8-2 record, 559 points. They won at Pittsburgh 24-20, and this week, non-conference game against the Citadel. The Army Black Knights are down 2 spots to number 18. 9-0 record, 555 points. They're one of 3 unbeatens left in FBS this year. They were off in week 12, and they're back with a tough game against number 6 Notre Dame, and they're playing that game at Yankee Stadium on Saturday night. Up 4 spots to number 18 are the South Carolina Gamecocks, 7-3 and 444 points. They defeated then 24th ranked Missouri 34-30, and this week they'll host a non-conference game against Wofford, which is an FCS opponent. Moving up 5 spots to number 20 are the Tulane Green Wave, 9-2 record, 323 points. They shut out Navy 35-0, and they are off this week. Tulane, by the way, will be playing in its 3rd American Athletic Conference Championship game, and they will face Army. 4 newcomers this week, highlighted by the Arizona State Sun Devils at number 21. 8-2 record, 322 points. They went into the Little Apple and beat then 20th ranked Kansas State 24-14. And this week they'll host 14th ranked and previously unbeaten BYU. Staying in the Big 12, the Iowa State Cyclones re-entered the poll at number 22. 8-2 record, 256 points. They doubled up Cincinnati 34-17, and they're traveling to Salt Lake to face the Utah Utes. New at number 23, or re-entering at number 23, you got the UNLV Runnin' Rebels. 8-2 record, 125 points. They defeated San Diego State 41-20. They're headed up the Pacific Coast to face San Jose State on Saturday night. The Illinois Fighting Illini are back in the top 25 at number 24. 7-3 record, 74 points. They blew out Michigan State 38-16, and now they visit Rutgers. And down 6 spots and rounding out the top 25 are the Washington State Cougars. 8-2 record, 61 points. Losing at New Mexico 38-35, they will host the only other Pac-12 team left, and that's Oregon State. So with 4 newcomers, 4 teams dropped from this week's rankings, including Kansas State previously at number 20, LSU at 21, Louisville at 22, and Missouri at 24. Others receiving votes include the aforementioned Missouri Tigers with 56. Then you got the Memphis Tigers with 38 points. The Kansas State Wildcats with 36. Syracuse Orange 21. Louisville Cardinals 15. The Pitt Panthers and LSU Tigers each with 6 points. The Louisiana Raging Cajuns with 5 points. Then you got the Vanderbilt Commodores with 4, James Madison Colonials with 2, Duke Blue Devils with 2, Colorado State Rams with 2, and the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets getting 1 point. On now to the AFCA Coaches Poll entering Week 13. And there is no change among the top 3, with Oregon retaining the top spot at 11-0 and 1,375 points in all 55 first-place votes. Ohio State hangs tough at number 2, 9-1 record, 1,316 points. Texas is unmoved. They're at number 3, 9-1 record, 1,263 points. Penn State's up a spot to number 4, 9-1 record, 1,158 points. Indiana's also up 1 spot to number 5, 10-0 record, 1,109 points. Notre Dame also moves up a spot to number 6, 9-1 record, 1,096 points. The next 4 teams all moved up 2 spots. You've got Georgia moving up to number 8, 2 and 993 points. Ole Miss at number 9 at 8-2 and 984 points. Oh, I forgot about the Alabama Crimson Tide. They're at number 7 at 8-2 and 996 points. Then it's Georgia at 8 with an 8-2 record and 993 points. Ole Miss at number 9 at 8-2 and 984 points. And the Miami Hurricanes up to number 10 at 9-1 and 847 points. All 4 of those teams moved up 2 spots. Tennessee is tied for the biggest drop in this week's coaches poll as they fell 7 spots to number 11. 8-2 record, 823 points. Then you've got SMU up 1 spot to number 12. 9-1 record, 744 points. Boise State is at number 13, no change here. 9-1 record, 714 points. Texas A&M moves up a spot to number 14, 8-2 record, 646 points. BYU is the other big dropper this week, falling 7 spots to number 15, 9-1 record, 633 points. No change with Clemson at number 16, 8-2 record and 569 points. Or with the Army Black Knights at number 17, 9-0 record, 509 points. Both of those teams in the same spot as last week. Colorado is up 2 spots to number 18, 8-2 record, 464 points. Moving up 4 spots to number 19 is South Carolina, 7-3 record, 379 points. New in the coaches poll at number 20 is Tulane, 9-2 record, 280 points. Up 4 spots to number 21 is Iowa State, 8-2 record, 268 points. New at 22, you have the Arizona State Sun Devils, 8-2 record, 251 points. Also new, the UNLV Running Rebels at number 23, 8-2 record, 93 points. The Memphis Tigers are new in the coaches poll at number 24, 9-2 record, 77 points. They beat UAB at home 53-18, and they are off this week. And dropping 6 spots to number 25 is Kansas State, 7-3 record and 67 points. Washington State previously at 18, Missouri at 21, LSU at 22, and Louisville at 24 all dropped from the coaches poll this week. Washington State leads the others receiving votes category with 65 points. Then you've got Illinois with 56, Missouri 44, Syracuse 18, James Madison 11, Duke with 9, Pittsburgh with 7, Louisiana 5, Louisville 2, Sam Houston State, Vanderbilt, LSU, and Colorado State each with 1 point. And those are the latest college football polls from the Associated Press and the AFCA coaches poll. Once again, the college football playoff rankings for week 13 will be released tomorrow around this time, about 7:30 Eastern time. You can watch it on ESPN. And then come back here on Thursday and I'll give you those rankings during my NFL picks video for week 12. Alright, I have two videos coming up tomorrow. My week 11 recap with the week that was, and the college football television schedule for week 13. Look for those videos tomorrow. In the meantime, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, ring the bell, and get notified every time I go live. Big Al signing off. Thanks for watching. Enjoy Texans Cowboys on Monday Night Football and all the pigskin action for the rest of 2024. Peace out. All right.